Welcome back. As I referenced in my prior blog, I'm reviewing Sun's three major strategic imperatives and our progress going into next fiscal year. Our strategic imperatives in order are, number 1, technology adoption, number 2, commercial innovation, and number 3, efficiently connecting priority 1 and 2. This entry focuses on the first, technology adoption. Adoption is a non-economic phenomena. No money is spent, only time, yet it has extreme financial consequences. Let me give you an example. I was with a big customer of ours last year, and reading through my account briefing before the meeting, I knew we were doing well. An analysis of their download activity showed they were heavy users of Solaris and Open Solaris, and they had a large internal community of MySQL users as well. In the meeting, their CIO said, "We love where Solaris is headed," and I then asked if we could help with MySQL, and he said, "I banned it." This is not a buying signal. I was stunned, and I asked, why? And he responded, "Oracle is our global standard, and with 20,000 developers, people need to follow the rules." And I quickly said, we have a great relationship with Oracle, and I started talking about how fast Oracle runs against our new open storage products until he interrupted me. "But my ban failed." "What?" "Well, we hire lots of people out of college every year. They all come in knowing MySQL. All my prototypes are written to MySQL, and now I have a big base of MySQL apps, and I don't want to port them, and a bunch of MySQL programmers I don't want to retrain, so instead I'd like a commercial relationship with you." And in a nutshell, that's adoption in action. Change in IT isn't just a top-down phenomena, it's more often bottom-up. Now, what's the cost of missing that adoption? Well, for Sun to resell a one-way x86 server running Microsoft's Windows or Red Hat yields at best a 10% gross profit margin. Very few companies have the scale to survive on those margins. More to the point, when you resell someone else's products, your customer relationship isn't necessarily built with the CIO or technology directors, it's built with their reverse auction website. For technology companies, the same applies to reselling any product you don't own. It's impossible to differentiate with anything more than a cheaper price, a price your supplier can and will always undercut. Alternatively, when a user picks our products, when they build their storage on ZFS, their network on Crossbow, or their application on MySQL, independent of whether they've paid, they've created an opportunity for Sun. Going forward, there's only upside. It's called positive option value. Now, not to dip into Finance 101, when the net present value of a lifetime revenue cycle exceeds the value of a one-time purchase, a product or a service that initiates that payment stream is either freely distributed, if it has no marginal cost like software, or it's subsidized if it has a hard cost. That's why you see so many free credit cards, free checking accounts, free mobile phones, free month's rent, free social networking. In the technology world, free is the new black. That's also why the internet's most valuable brands are all free. Amazon, Google, eBay, Skype, Yahoo, Facebook, High5, MySpace, Baidu, Tencent. Those brands reach more and have greater affinity than just about any other consumer brands. And in the technology marketplace, Linux, Java, MySQL, Firefox, Apache, Eclipse, NetBeans, OpenOffice, Open Solaris, the same applies. Free is a universal price, requires no currency translation, and reaches the longest tail of the market. Now, could Amazon charge you to shop? Could your bank charge you to open an account? Could Google charge you to search? Could Sun charge people to download MySQL or OpenOffice? Sure, we could also destroy those brands in a matter of days. If you're not free, by definition, you miss serving those that can't afford or aren't ready to pay, which means your audience is capped or destroyed if your competition's already free. Now, Microsoft's the only company I didn't include in the above list, and although I consider them a stupendously great brand, they're the only company that can really approximate free while making money on the distribution of their products. The fact is they're bundled on almost every PC across the planet, and therefore appear free to the users who use those PCs. They've amassed immense power with their distribution, and few users believe they're paying for Windows when they buy a personal computer. Thus, to developers, Sun's target market, with Windows PCs, Microsoft's products are in effect already free. As an aside, notice that Microsoft is inexorably moving toward free distribution as well. To reach new users at some point, you can't bundle every product on every computer. It'd be like printing a Sunday edition of the newspaper every day of the week. This is exactly why we freely distribute our key software assets all over the world. If we didn't, users and developers might pick someone else's free product, or simply use the one they assume to be free. And if they pick someone else's product on which to build their business or their application, Sun becomes a reseller, which isn't our mission or our business model. It's a free market in every sense of the word. The customer I referenced in my first entry that said, I haven't visited Sun in 5 years, but all of a sudden you seem to matter to my developers, was saying he was seeing exactly that. A lot more of our products used by, being adopted by his developers, from VirtualBox to MySQL, Glassfish to ZFS. For some users, and nearly all developers, budgets aren't measured in dollars. They're measured in time and attention. And if you want those audiences to spend their time and attention with you, you have to earn it. If you earn it, a preference forms. For Sun, we drive that preference over our competition. Our competition is primarily proprietary alternatives to our products.